What's going on, YouTube? Earth Power here with CVH.
How's it going, everybody?
And we're back for the final match in the top 16 of the Season 3 bracket tournament, trying to find another best deck. Will it be our finalist, the runner-up, if you will, of Season 2 and Light Fire Nature Turbo Burn? Or the fan favorite of the channel? This deck's been around forever, right? Rub, as we're calling it now, Midrange.
Yeah, first it was Rub Control, then it was Water Dark Fire Control, then it was Water Dark Fire Midrange. Now it's Rub Midrange, but it's been basically the same for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Light Fire Nature Turbo Burn, one of my faves, made it all the way to the finals and lost to Water Fire Nature Tempo. But hey, that deck's already lost this time around. So, right? It did, right? Am I crazy?
It absolutely did. It lost to 5-Civ Control in what might be considered the upset of the century.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I think in this case, maybe it would be considered an upset if Rub wins, but let's see if he can do it.
So Rub makes it through the play-in, right? Beats the Nasus burn, as I'm calling it, Nasus, however you pronounce his username, the Deformer
burn.
So ended up beating that deck 2-1 after some edits, if you will, behind the booth. But yeah, no, it comes out of play-in. It's one of the only gatekeepers to actually make it out of the play-in, and we got paired immediately up against what might be considered just the best burn deck in the tournament. So the other burn decks have already seen losses, with Forced Burn losing to Alzonius.
Bad
Deformer
matchup
burn
for sure.
losing to that Rub deck, and can Rub knock off the very last burn of this season? We'll have to
the
find
viewers
out.
probably hope so, because I think besides Nasus, no one really likes to see burn play. But it's an interesting conversation, because like Light Water Dark Nature burn is very strong, but a turbo burn, either like Nasus's or like this version in a 40 card meta, might in fact be stronger. You never know. I mean, you're really committing to drawing the right lines, but in a 40 card format, you're still going to play 40 regardless, probably, and the bigger decks probably have more inconsistencies.
Well, and I think that's what you and I between seasons, and even through its run last season, that come to realization that curves like this, right, hitting Essence Elf, and then just making all of your burn cards cost one less, seeing them on curve, like, this deck's really difficult to deal with. The one saving grace of Forcive Mana Burn is that it's not really mana burning all that much until turns 5 through 9, depending on whether it saw Bronze Arm Tribe, whether it saw Sky Sword, and then the Miraculous Plague and Fortress Shell, which are the only main burn cards of that deck. But this deck plays Reap and Sow. We've got the inclusion of Mana Crisis now, cards like Mysterios that fuel the whole strategy over the course of the game and just become really annoying cards that the deck still has to deal with, on top of trying to maintain mana. So, it's just Turbo Burn ended up being the sleeper pick, if you will, of Season 2, and then I think proved to us how strong some of these mana burn strategies really can be.
Yep. Weird interaction there. Corile bounces Mysterios, and then Mysterios draws itself despite not being on the board. I think you're debating attacking now, whether you turn up the heat, because I've got cards and I've got Mysterios to keep getting more. This looks like a pretty good attack, and you made it. And of all the shield triggers you could have hit, this one isn't that bad for you, probably, unless you were aiming to go for a Velrika Dragon next turn, or Bolmedius.
Yeah, and that's
or maybe even
the
Lost
tough thing,
Soul.
right? So yeah, Rub curves at 7. So now that you essentially get your mana online, you're going to 6, which means cards like Reap and Sow into Essence Elf, Reap and Sow into. This deck's not playing Fairy Life, to my knowledge. We still don't
Not
have
this
it
version. You totally could, though, if you wanted. But I'm probably, I mean, if I have one, I'd really like to play Mysterios again, I think, this turn. Oh, there's a Sky Sword. I'm scared. You got me scared. You're giving me cards, and you got me shook here.
Well, you say scared, right? Like, Sky Sword is just kind of the best of all cards right now. Like, my deck doesn't really have Burst. So Sky Sword allows you to bounce with one of the cards I'm trying to swing with. If I want to fuel you 2 more cards, you still have 3 shields. You get to destroy 1, and then just kind of maintain play.
And it threatens a better trade, right? You might have still attacked if I played Mysterios to make me have to trade Mysterios in, but this works out. You discard the Fortress Shell, which is maybe a little annoying, but I get to keep Mysterios, and now you're playing Velrika. I'm drawing cards. Things are okay.
Yeah, part of me
except
thinks
for the Giant Dragon.
Right, and your deck only has one answer for said Giant Dragon, which is APOC. So and well, Soulswap, but
Yeah,
APOC
only
and
two of
Soulswap are
those.
the only two answers. So, part of me here is thinking, at least looking back on it, I'm interested to see here. I think attacking with Holkus and Corile here is correct, right? If I don't hit a trigger, if I don't give you APOC, and if you don't already have it, then I should just be set up to at least take you to
I
0 shields the following turn. You would have 2 less creatures, and it all
I don't
depends on
know.
what your hand looks like.
I kind
So,
of weirdly like a pass. I mean, you also searched Media, so you could be thinking about just using that. But I think since I have Mystrios, you had if you'd be aggressive like before that. But next turn I kind of like playing Bali and then just trying to break all 5 at the same time. I don't know, just because I could already trade with the things that attack this turn. I don't know that giving me the extra cards that turn would have been super good for you.
yeah, yeah, I'm debating this attack a lot.
Oh really? I thought I already
You
drew.
still had you put it back on the top of your deck because I was like, wait.
Oh okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
think I think it's a tough
I'm
call, but I
getting
think I would pass. But hey, YouTube, let us know in
yeah,
the comments what you would
right.
do.
At worst, you could
I like
swap
tap
in
my
Fortress.
watch.
Yeah, you sure do. At worst, you could swap in
Me
Fortress
against
Shell.
wheezing. You know
Right?
what I'm saying?
Oh my god, don't call that kid out. I love him.
GG's. Love you.
Um,
Thanks for the games.
but okay, so I end up going for the attack. I end up going for the attack with Loco too. That's
Damn. I like it.
that might be a
Nah,
little
if you're gonna go
over
for it, you gotta go for it.
sort of. I guess,
The
but
downside, though, is that the one Bazagazil is in mana, so you had to search for Bolmedius. If you had searched Bazagazil, this would have been sick. You'd have a speed attacker to follow up, and I have to choose between using my mana to destroy things like I'm doing now or burn you. So Bazagazil would have probably come down next turn if you had been able to search it. Am I not trading with Corile? Okay. I dig. I mean, I don't know why I would need the cards.
right.
I have quite a few.
The only card in my hand is
Yeah.
Bombadius.
Okay.
And if
There we
that's
go.
my play next turn, okay, yeah, if that's my play next turn, Baza just deals with it. So, yeah, breaking with a miss there
Oh.
saves you the shield. It's interesting that I just play that out, but I guess, uh,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
so
okay.
it's bad.
Right. It's bad, but
Except
it's not the worst. Except right. If I
it eats
play
my
it, you
turn.
right. If you don't use Baza to clear it, then I do just get to play Albomedius, and then you have to have another answer.
Maybe the
Yeah.
actual plan is keeping both in your hand because I don't have discard, and then playing 2 more cards from the top in mana, and in one turn you play the Bolmedius and Bloody Skeeto, so you protect Bolmedius for sure for a turn. But that's very optimistic.
Yeah, I was gonna say dirtling for 3 turns gives you all the time in the world to
Yeah.
find a Reap and Sow or a Fortress Shell. So
That said, Devil's Advocate, playing mana and passing is also a form of dirtling. Like it's not like you're
yeah,
doing much either way here.
yeah,
Whether the
yeah.
Skeeto's on board
No,
or in your hand is like I'm still
I'm
doing this
not.
play.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot. And there goes Bomidius. Sometimes the Turbo Burn deck just
Yeah.
plays the mid range battle better than the rub mid range.
You discarded my burn. What am I gonna do? And you get the answer back, and Thrash Crawler can dodge a shield break if you want to.
Yeah,
Um, and I
but
don't have
any
discard,
mana,
so
yeah, mana burn here is bad. Mana burn has, for the most part, just been awful for me at all. You have yet to have any of it, and I think the Reapin says, no, not happening now. Maybe
well,
it's happening
yeah.
now.
The Mana
Yeah.
Crisis was pretty decent earlier, but it looks like I just have okay. I do have a blocker, which is good against Bazagaziel for sure. That is what you got back, right? There was no APOC down.
Yeah, I got Baza
Bazaar.
Gazil.
You got the Bazaar. Gonna bazaar
Baza
me.
Gazil. Yeah.
But now the problem is, like, even if the blocker wasn't there and Bazagaziel could kill Bolmedius, I also have 4 other attackers. And I could just
Yeah.
start going in if I'm not worried about mass removal. It is kind of
Yeah.
strange because Apocalypse Vice and Apocalypse Vice would do pretty good stuff for you. But yeah, I'm pressuring, so it's all
Yeah,
buffer.
no, I'm in a real bad, real tight spot, if you will. That Mystrios, I mean, even just having it on board for
Oh,
2 turns,
sick.
you see what it, yeah, you see what it was able to net,
I put
and
the Bazagaziel
logic,
down just so I could do this play. I love that card.
pretty good. Get to go ahead and
I
take me off of all my fire mana. Yeah.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, sometimes I make strictly like worse plays just to play a Cataclysmic Eruption, but like it's hard to say that getting rid of 4 mana is ever really that bad. You're at
No,
5,
yeah.
so
The option is, yeah, just to take me off of water, because those would be the cards. Those would be the stronger cards I could play. But the answer should have been
oof.
darkness. So,
True.
and now Fortress deals with that, and now we're just gonna lose.
Yeah, there's more pits than Corilles,
Oh,
so I should have done the other way. But
Yeah,
Yep,
that's the
yep,
game.
yep. So yeah, we
Mana
saw a
Burn,
lot of stuff from
yeah,
Mana Burn.
yeah.
Saw
Mana Burn saw a strong comeback too. It looked like Rub had the better early game there, but unfortunately, just a Sky Sword and just being behind the 8 ball by what felt like maybe a turn
yeah.
was enough to do Rub in.
Can I just say shout outs? It's like we thought Mystrios was good back in the day. We just played it in bad decks, so we get points for that one.
Yeah,
But how did we never realize Skysword was a good card back in the day? It's one of the best cards in the whole game. Like easily a
yeah,
top 10 card for me. It's the only good
yeah.
shield regeneration.
And you and I didn't even really. It wasn't even an on the map card for
No.
us up until probably I don't know, holiday of
Yeah,
last year, like
I think I saw
within the year.
and I think I saw one other person play it ever in like a Continentals or something, and I was like, that's kind of funky. Nice card choice. But like, the card is fucking great. I'm just like cursing on your channel, demonetizing your shit. It's just, it's been a long
Hell
day.
yeah.
I'm home from work, and we're loosening the
Uh,
necktie, and everything.
I mean, if you're right though, like Sky Sword is just an MVP. We haven't said it on the channel yet. It's you're right. I don't know why we never played it, and I will say I think and maybe this is maybe giving Kaijudo a little bit too much credit, but cards like Andromeda, that realization,
Yeah.
because we were even the kids back in 2012 when they showed us Andromeda, we were like, oh, that card cost $1 million. It's never going to be good.
Oops.
We were very wrong.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a
So,
fundamental misunderstanding of the game.
right. But even still, like the shield generation is what made that card great, keeping you in the game. Um, Against these quote unquote aggressive decks. The fact that it ramps too, it's just, yeah, you're right. It was a huge miss by us for the better half of 20 years.
Yeah, I remember
And
logging
yeah,
into the IDC and seeing these Light Dark Fire Nature Forbos decks with like 4 Sky Swords, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, it's a good
That's what I
card,
wanted.
keeps you in the game. Yeah,
This is
you
going
don't want
okay
to
for
be.
you.
Yeah. We saw the curve of Hocus into Loco.
Oops, I
So,
spoke too soon. There's a
so
Mystrios. Do you have removal?
I don't know. I already see if I already threw the volcano charger down like an idiot. But it
Well,
looks like I didn't have any other Darkness Man anyways. We're going to make the same play we made last time, except now we're just going to start attacking.
yeah. So the
So,
Sky Sword is slightly less good as it was last time, but still pretty good, especially if it can be
yeah.
followed up with Apocalypse Vice. Um, but it's like a different game entirely because like I would be slightly off curve doing that. We'll see what happens. Is it a Sky Sword? It's a Reap, and so. Okay, so I am still ramping. I put a Sky Sword down. If I don't have another in my hand, that could actually be a problem. If you could get me down to like 1 shield here, that could be potentially bad news. It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, unfortunately, I saw my hand. I have Energy Stream. I wish I had another Holkus or just something else to maintain some form of board presence here, but unfortunately, it's just a stream.
Hmm.
We're not going to find a 2-drop, so this is the field we're attacking with.
I
And
am probably swapping here just to save a shield. Actually,
oh yeah,
the easy card to play is Sky Sword for sure.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
Speak of the guy we were talking about,
yeah.
Sky Sword's
I'm
the
glad I
dude.
made
Yeah.
that. I feel like I've undervalued Sky Sword a lot, like from like shield swaps before. Like playing more Ice Sword recently in IDC has given me another appreciation for it. But like I was hoping I didn't misplay there. That would have been pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. No, Sky Sword was there. It's the card. Why? Just go ahead and upgrade your Bronze Arm
Yeah,
Tribe. You get an extra card in your hand.
makes
Everything
the
works
trade
out for the
better,
better.
gets you more mana, saves the shield you would have shaved by swapping something else out, but also gives you another shot at a shield trigger because it's a whole other shield. Pretty nice.
Yep. Just a
APOC is
lot of
coming
good things.
down.
Yeah, APOC into or Belix into APOC. That one felt strong.
Did Belix get back the APOC? It might have gotten something else. I don't know. But hey, here's Clamp. I think I have at least 3 in hand. This deck's not running Arcadella Serena, so no blowouts. No blowout
Yeah.
potential here. Oh, I do discard the Eruption. I might have a foul. We'll see. I love Eruption so much, but it's not really a good board for it yet, and I don't need it if I have Fortress Shell.
Yeah. We're getting to the point to where I'm gonna have to start playing the uphill battle. I'm just hoping that your draws are going to not be great. Unfortunately, Mystrios is probably just the best card you can have, and I need immediate removal for it. The cards in my hand cost $1 million, and looks like we're not going to get there. So It looks like this is the turn where Mysterios steals the game. You know, we talk about like the climax of game 1, right? Where the Mysterios stuck around for 2 turns and it fueled your deck to the finish line.
Just kidding.
Looks
It's
like it's
Essence
about to
Self
do that again.
pass.
So,
It was a 2-drop, everybody.
It was a 2-drop, but even still, I still can't deal with the Mysterios, and there's Baza again. So.
I probably could easily attack here. I think it is inconsequential one way or the other, but I think attacking here is absolutely fine. I'm not dead to anything except for... Okay, there's one out. It's Surfer Shield, Trigger, Bounce Blocker into Bazagazil. Then you win.
Right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Searing Wave deals with a lot. Yeah, we love to see it. Unfortunately, the old Baza Fortress show could just kill me in 2 turns, so we'll see what you decide. Your hand is also just a lot, and you have a lot of mana, so things aren't looking good for the old I don't know what I was gonna say channel favorite. I don't know if Rub was ever a channel favorite, but
you tell us
things
if
aren't
your
looking
favorites.
good for things aren't looking good for Rub. Rub was always channel classic, I guess is the word I was looking for there, but
it's a classic.
Yeah, Rub's always been fun. Unfortunately, I think this tournament as well as the other 2 are proving that it might just be outclassed in today's meta as it
You
stands.
say things like this, and it makes me feel very compelled to bring it to the next IDC tournament just to do it. But yeah, I mean, my deck isn't super small, but I do have to start getting aggressive regardless of not having Fortress Shells or Bolmedius or Bazagazil of my own. I just have to, well, I think I do have Bazagazil still, but I have to just start going in because I got to use what I got to try to crawl through the finish line here. Playing Sky Sword just as an attacker, I still have like 6 or 7 cards in my deck, so it's arguably fine. Your deck doesn't have Soulswap, so you can't like force mill me and going for lethal, and it is. Look at that.
Yep, that is the game. So had a meltdown. Things could have gotten there if I could have stuck a creature, but it was never going to happen with Baza. Yeah, unfortunately, Rub just catches the short end against Turbo Burn, and the finalist from season 2 moves on.
There we go. There's the updated bracket. Sorry, I didn't know if you were waiting.
It's like I think the image is there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get there, but yeah, Turbo Burn set to face off against Lightwater Nature Alcadeus, the run back of top 16 from season 2. So let's see if Alcadeus can clap back, if you will, against the deck that took it out.
Very interesting matchups because we've got like Alcadeus and Turbo Burn. It's a rematch. They're both strong competitors. They're both in the IDC circuit to an extent. Firewater Rush and Water Dark, both very strong aggro decks of a high tier, and like the top half of the bracket is just completely nuts. It's just all over the place. We've got Mikey's Pliers and 5 Civ Control making things weird. Alzonius and Lightwater Dark are just like, we're good decks. We'll see what happens. See if we can hold on.
Yeah, you say we're good decks. It's just 5 Civ is basically just a more inconsistent Foul Foremost control.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah, but we're doing it. So, your top 8, as it stands, CVH just went through it all. The schedule over the course of the next couple of weeks, we're going to be moving to a Tuesday, Thursday upload schedule, or essentially just, you'll get these matches when you get them, but we will have all 4 of them up over the course of the next 2 weeks. We'll try to have a couple videos at you a week. As well as some other stuff sprinkled in, depending on what CVH and I get into over the course of the next week and a half. So
yeah, wait, what
stay
day
tuned, guys.
Is it? Soon IDC matches from both of our runs in IDC 33, right? We're getting close to the end of the month.
Absolutely, yeah. Timestamps recording. This is recording the Thursday before we upload it, so it'll be Friday when this goes live, and IDC is wrapping up next weekend. IDC 33 is wrapping up next weekend. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, definitely in the description below there is a link for the IDC Discord server. Go join it, guys. If you're into Duel Masters at all, just like talking about decks and just being a part of what I would assume is the most active community for Duel Masters TCG that exists currently, go check it out. Come be a part. Yeah, join the tournaments. I think we got 38 people for IDC 33, which was their largest attendance yet. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun being a part of that community again, and playing the game. So go check it out. With all of that in mind, like CVH said, we'll have some IDC stuff up for you over the course of the next couple of weeks once top 8 wraps up with IDC. And until then, guys, peach.